You're welcome once again. My name is Kunmi. So the other day I copied this style to make this, and I just thought to share the process with you. Here are the two fabrics I'll be using. The plain is crepe and it's 2 yards, while the pattern is adire and it's 1 yard 27 inches. That is all my client gave me, so I'm going to make a good use of it. The length of this fabric is 56 inches. It's not even up to 60, but trust me, we have more than enough. We are going to fold the length into two, and I'm just going to indicate the wrong side of my fabric. I came downward by 1 inch and inward by 0.7. So I'll come right here and indicate half of my client's shoulder measurement, which is 8. Our shoulder measurement is 16, half of that is 8. From that 8, I'm going to place my client's sleeve length, which is 17, plus 1 inch for seam allowance, that is 18. So I'll come right here, place my tape on the starting point and measure all the way to that 18. So I have 27. I'm going to be marking that 27 inches all the way to the hem of the dress. So I have done that and I'm trimming off the excess. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark the wideness of the neckline. I'll be using 4 as the wideness of the neckline and 7 inches as the depth of the neckline. At this point, we do not have the back or the front yet. The next thing I will do is to come right here and come down by 1.5 inch. Then I'm going to connect to the neckline. Please note that I connected to the neckline and not the shoulder. I'll come right here and mark 0.5 inch upward. I'll come to the neckline and go upward by 0.5 inch as well. Then with the aid of my ruler, I'm going to connect together. This is going to be for seam allowance. You know, you are going to join your dress at the shoulder, so that's the seam allowance for it. I want to determine how wide the round of the sleeve is going to be, so I will be adding 0.5 seam allowance to it. I'll come right here by, I'm contemplating between 2.5 and 2. Let me use 2 inches. So I'm going to mark that 2 inches all the way to the hem of the dress. If you do not want the dress to be so big on you, you can even go inward. Instead of 2 by 5, you can even go inward by 6. I'll come right there, I'll come down by 1 inch and I'm going to give it a slight curve. By the time you see how big it is on my client, you'll be able to decide on the right figure to use for yours. As for me, I'll be going in by 2 inches. This is me trimming off the excess. The next thing I will do, let me show you how big it's going to be on my client. This is 24 inches. I'm going to stitch this side with 0.5, right? By the time you multiply 23.5 by 4, we should have about 94 inches. So this dress is going to be as big as 94 inches. So you can choose to go in by 6 inches. Just check in what you have and multiply by 4 to know how big it's going to be on your client. So this is the plain fabric. I have folded into 2. I came down by 1 inch just like I did on the pattern fabric. So this is what I have. I traced the exact shape I have on the pattern fabric on the plain fabric, and I'm just indicating the right and the wrong side of the fabric. Can you see? So I'm going to take one of the pattern fabric and then one of the plain fabric. So the right side has to face the right side. Can you see? I'm going to place it like this, and I'm going to pin the center to all the way to the hem. So I'm going to flip because I have marked this place already, so I'm going to just stitch directly on top of my marking. The next thing I'm going to do is to indicate how high the slit is going to be. So I'm going to mark. At this point there is neither front nor back yet, so I'm going to stitch. When I get here, I'll reverse. I will stitch to the hem and reverse as well. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it like this. So I chose to stitch on the pattern and not on the plain because the plain is a little stretchy. I don't want a situation whereby before I get to the hem the plain would have become longer. That's why I chose to stitch on the pattern. I will open it up and give it a good press. So this is the other piece. I'm placing right side on the right side. I'll mark 0.5 on the pattern fabric. Like I said, the pattern fabric is not stretchy. So I'm going to stitch directly on the marking. I've done that. I'm going to be indicating where I want the slit to stop. When I get here, I'll reverse, continue to the end and reverse. That is because I don't know the part that is going to be the front or the back yet. So my client also gave me these two pieces of fabric, which really came handy because I'm going to be using them as my facing. Please take a close look at what I'm doing here. Can you see? I'm going to trim it out all the way to this shoulder slant, and I'm going to determine how wide I want my facing to be. You can use any figure, but I'll just be using 3 inches. There is no rule to this. You can make it as wide as you want, and you can reduce the size, even though I don't really recommend that you reduce the size so it doesn't pop out from the neck of your client. I need 2 of these. One is going to be for the front and the other is going to be for the back. I will open up for you to see. If you have hairstay, I will strongly recommend that you iron a cotton hairstay on both facing. So this is the center. I'm going to give it a very good press. I have done that. I'm just going to place the facing like this. You would also notice that I weave the edge of the facing. Can you see? So notch the center, like even if you don't notch any other place, notch that V. Notch this place even if you don't notch any other place. After this, I'm going to overlock. You can see it's not resting well yet. It's because I have not overlocked and I have also not ironed. I'm going to place it like this. This is the shoulder. I'm going to stitch with 0.5. Then I'll go over to the side of the dress and also stitch with 0.5. The next thing I will do is to put my hemming gum in between the neckline, the neck facing and the fabric, and I'm going to give it a good press. This is just to further ensure that the facing does not pop out from the dress. So I'm not starting from the center. I will deliberately leave the center at this point. So I'm going to just be putting it on the side. When I'm done, I will flip it to the other side. I'm going to iron the side while I deliberately leave the center. So I have excess fabric here. I'm going to pin it. Much later, I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch it down. Do you understand? That's one of the reasons why I haven't put the hemming gum at the center yet. So this is what we have. So place the dress on your body and decide on where you want to be the front or the back. So after you have decided, you can then loose. Come right here and overlock. Then you can fold the hem of the dress. So you flip to the back, put the two sides together, and then you overlock. So this is the back. I put the two sides together and I overlock. As for the front, from where the slit stops, I came upward by 3 inches. Not like I measured, I just did my 10 and it happened to be 3 inches. So I weave individually all the way to the hem of the dress. I did the same on the other side, and then I put it together, then I weave upward. I have also gone ahead to fold the hem of the dress. I did that all around. So this is the neckline. You remember that part that I pinned, right, where the excess fabric was? I have stitched it. So now I can iron my hemming gum right there. Can you see? So I'm going to fold the hemming gum into 2, and I'm going to iron it into the slit. After this process, the only thing left is to fold the hem of the sleeve, and we are done. So this is what we have. Although I later increased the length of the slit, I later increased it some more, but this is what we have. I have folded the hem of the sleeve. If you watched to this extent, thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way in my next one. Bye for now.